Hi, I'm Jon Olive, Coordinator of Instruction with Eagle Point Golf Club in Birmingham, Alabama. Today in this video we're going to talk about the proper mechanics of pitching the golf ball correctly. We're very fortunate today to have the Zone 97.3, the Zone's own very own Rachel Baribeau as our student today. So let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, the first thing we're going to have Rachel do is choke down on the golf club, and this is going to give Rachel a little bit more control with her wedge when making these pitch shots. Secondly, we're going to allow the ball to be centered kind of in the middle of her body as well as her weight. So very important as well in this shot to open up the stance just slightly, and basically if you had a spear sticking through your chest, we would want to point that in front of your ball position there. Perfect. So that's going to allow your body to be positioned open in relation to the target. Very good. So the hands should also be slightly forward. And one of the best tips that I ever received to execute proper pitches is to allow the grip to move the same speed as your midsection. And what this is important for is it allows the hands to stay in front of the golf club when traveling through impact, as opposed to letting the club head pass the hands in a flipping or scooping motion, which is a common mistake that I see with a lot of my students. So let's see Rachel hit a few shots here. Very nice. Okay, Rachel, we want the shaft leaning slightly more forward toward the target.
Okay.
As you start taking the golf club back, try to keep your weight forward on the front foot, just a little bit more. And then when you follow through, we want the hands to remain in front of the club head.
Okay.
Okay, where's your weight at right now, Rachel? Do you feel like it's more front or back?
Back.
Okay, perfect. So that is one of the things that we want to try to avoid, is allowing our weight to shift back.
Okay.
And which we've seen this is a common problem throughout your full swing too. And that's pretty important, because most of the time your same issues in the full swing will find their way trickling down to the short game as well. So once you realize what you should work on in the full swing, make sure and keep that consistent all the way down to your short game, okay? So we want to keep the weight forward, rotate through, and try to get your belt buckle, your chest facing the target at this finish, okay? Really good. In closing, to hit proper pitch shots, I would love for you to choke down on the golf club for a little bit more control. We also would like for the ball to be a little bit more centered in your stance as well as your weight. It's very important not to allow the weight to shift back too much in the backswing. Also not to let the club head pass your hands as you swing through. A great thought there is to keep your midsection moving at the same pace as your grip. Remember, this is just a miniature full swing. So the more you practice this, I think the better your full swing will become as a result. So we want to thank Rachel for coming out with us today. It's been a pleasure, so I hope these tips have helped your game.